All right, guys. So today I'm super excited because we are being joined by Neil and Ian from Acorn Asbestos. Now, Neil and Ian are probably two of my favorite people in the whole wide world when it comes to what we've got going on here with the One Man Empire Fellowship. So I'm super excited to have these guys with us today. We're going to deep dive into some questions and all that sort of stuff. So, Neil, Ian, great to have you guys. How are you doing?
All good, mate. All good.
Now, it's just worth saying, guys, that I wasn't aware today when we jumped on this that it was going to be White Shirt Friday. So I'm definitely letting the side down. To kick this off, Neil, do you guys want to give us a quick introduction in terms of what you guys do, where you're at, what the business looks like, and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so we're an asbestos consultancy. So basically, we specialise in helping property managers manage their asbestos risk. And we do that by providing a suite of services to them. And basically, we're kind of a one-stop shop when it comes to asbestos. So we'll help their clients identify and find out where the asbestos is within the building. We do that by carrying out asbestos surveys. Any samples that are collected during those surveys, we bring back to our in-house accredited lab where we test and analyse those samples for asbestos fibre. We then, from that, we advise them on what they need to do with it. And if there is anything they need to do, we can help manage that process for them. We also do air monitoring, so monitoring the air within buildings where there's asbestos. And part of that is if there's any removal works, we're the independent authority that comes in and checks whether those works are completed correctly. But we also sort of help and guide property managers through and how they, best practices and how they sort of manage that asbestos.
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, the asbestos world is a minefield. We basically take away the headaches for our clients. It can be overcomplicated. It's one of those things. When you know, it's quite straightforward. When you don't know, you can fall down quite quickly and end up spending a shit ton of money and not get the exact outcome that you wanted. That's essentially what we stop clients from doing. We just assist them.
That's fucking awesome, and that's what this whole thing's about, isn't it? I think some people forget sometimes it's actually about the client and removing the pain that they've got, and if you can do that, you're away at the races, which is fucking brilliant. So in terms of you guys, because you guys have had some really fast growth. Tell us how long's the business been going for? What's the setup? How many you guys have just taken new lease? How many people have we got in the business and all that sort of thing?
Yeah. So we're just about to go into our 6th year of trading. Yes. And it started Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
With a bottle of whiskey, we were like, fuck it, this is what we want to get into, the asbestos business.
Yeah, we ran Neil's house Christmas Eve 2012, and that was when we incorporated and went, bosh, right, let's get this shit going.
Yeah. So started one person with virtually nothing, just a little tiny office. And now we're up to 27?
Yeah, 27 people as of Monday. We've got another new guy starting, another really experienced surveyor starting on Monday. So 27 of us lot out of Northampton. So
so we should we'll be hitting 1.5 million this year.
That's
hopefully
amazing.
Sneak over that. So it's been steady growth from that. Mostly. I would say has come from just organic stuff originally. So our website is probably the biggest sort of source of our income. But we're now looking at different sources and going after some bigger stuff now.
Yeah, and the big thing that's helped our growth is when we've taken a client on board, we've not lost the client.
Okay.
We've just added. It's very rare. There's a couple of occasions where tenders have ended and the client has changed frameworks and things like that, so we weren't able to continue, but the client was gutted because they were forced to change the framework and stuff like that. So but generally we don't lose clients, so that's what's helped compound the growth, if you like.
And it's really cool, that, isn't it? Because it's a big point, I think, when you do this stuff. I mean, we come across it all the time here. It's people's like, I always want more people through the door. I want new customers. I want new customers. I want new customers. But actually, like, the value is actually, fuck, I've already acquired the customer. Like, if I can get this person to spend more money with us, they already like us. we're already in the door, and let's try and maximize the profit out of those people, which is amazing. And having that sort of retention of your guys ended brilliant. And so in terms of that, like, how do you guys nurture that relationship? How do you make that happen? How have you got people that sticky?
I don't know.
I think yeah, I think essentially it's doing a good job, and I think with the asbestos industry, historically it's always been, I've got to wait ages for my report.
Yeah.
No one ever comes back to me. I've got to wait for the quote, etc., etc., etc. So one of I think the things that we're really good at is getting things out the door. So they get the quote back within 24 hours. We get on site, we get the report done, we guarantee report turnaround. So yeah, speed is kind of at our core abilities, and the advice that we give, we don't want to just do the job.
Yeah.
Do the job and help the client.
Yeah.
Talking through and take away their pain. So I think that's kind of
it is, even if they've engaged us to not kind of do that, just by order of what we do on our day to day, that's what we kind of do for clients. We always offer the extra bit of advice, the extra bit of assistance.
Yeah.
Like Neil said, because we could just turn up and take a sample if that's all the clients asked us.
Yeah.
However, we always follow up, and when we give the results of, here's your results, from what our surveyor's seen, this is what he said, and this is what he would recommend, and which clients quite like that. And also the other thing I would say, what clients like about us is, like I said earlier, the whole asbestos realm and the world of it can be massively complicated.
Yeah.
But the way that we deal with clients, the way we speak to clients is we speak to them in normal language. We take all the bullshit that's in the regulations that people comply with and cut that down so that everyone can understand.
So what's interesting, so in terms of that speed there, because I don't know what it was like for you guys, but I've seen other businesses, and it happens here as well, that as someone scales like you guys have scaled, like you can deliver that consistency and that speed at the start because you're like, well, fuck, there ain't a huge amount going on. But then as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, there's more things that are happening, there's more plates that are spinning. How have you guys managed to keep that consistency, to make sure that even as you've sort of like grown this thing, we've got more people on board, that everyone's still getting that fast response and the reports and all that stuff that they should be getting?
Yeah, it's good
cloning.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's just having the focus of that and having the sort of procedures in place to have those KPIs. So everything that we do is got to hit those targets. Got to hit report. That's always been the focus of. They've got to be out on the door, and we've got to hit those targets. So if you align everyone to that, I think it kind of works.
Yeah, and also with that as well,
the focus.
Yeah, it's having that focus and bearing it in mind with everything that we do. So when we've added new products, new things to new services that we provide, we've added, we've thought about it. How can we deliver this service?
Yeah.
But then how can we deliver this the best possible way, the quickest way? Like the database that we use, it's an off-the-shelf database. However, when you look at our database, it's not off-the-shelf anymore. We've put our database guys through the ringer, really, because, and they hate us. It's brilliant. But it's because we spot stuff and think, well, why are we doing that? It's like there's a lot of systems that happen and people double handle data.
Yeah.
And there's a button you've got to click. Well, why the fuck have you got to click the button? Can't we get it fixed so that you do this once, that automatically does that, and then it spews out whatever we want it to spew out.
Yeah.
So it's having that kind of mindset as well.
Yeah, streamlining stuff.
Yeah, streamlining things.
Yeah, efficiencies. Me and Ian, we that's kind of been our thing of how can we make it easier, how can we make it quicker, how can we make it better for us,
which makes it better for the client.
It's that efficiency which breeds consistency, isn't it? With consistency, you get control, and rather than being like in a whole head fuck of where it's at, it's like, man, I actually feel like I've got control of what's going on. The customer feels like they've got control, and everyone's sort of like a winner, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about next, guys. So I know that you mentioned how good of a retention you've got with the customers there. Now, everything that we talk about here is part of like the fellowship and the whole one-man empire mentality. A lot of that comes around to sort of like this no dick ads allowed type thing. You can define the rules of the game. So you can be like, right, fuck it. If I don't want to deal with this person, I don't have to deal with them. If I don't want to sell this, I don't have to sell it. And I know you guys recently went through a process in terms of, I say culling, but making sure that the customers that you were dealing with, so let's say that they've not left out a choice, but there was a process and being like, right, fuck it, we're getting rid of all the people that are causing a headache, dickheads in the business. Talk us through that, and talk us through how that process came about and what impact that had and what changed as a result of going through that exercise.
Yeah. Before Ian tells you the story of it, I'll just set the scene. It was at a time where this client was probably not the biggest, but top three.
Okay. So we've got the balls to be like, fuck it, I don't care how much money they're giving us. If they're a pain in the arse and they're causing headaches.
Yeah. And yeah, a lot of work. And it was a big decision.
It was.
And we were all a bit nervous about it at the time.
Yeah.
Say, we haven't noticed it.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about it.
Yeah.
Apart from all the crap that came with it, we don't miss that.
Yeah.
And it's so much better.
Yeah. It's like the clients that we like working with are the ones that we like them working with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the clients that we've dealt with haven't necessarily been on board with that. And like you say, it's like the no dickheads allowed. It's like what we set our parameters of who we want to work with and what they look like.
We'd love to say no dickheads allowed, wouldn't we?
We really say that, but we really can't say that. But there's certain things that we look for with clients is, can we work collectively together on stuff?
Yeah.
Can we problem solve together on stuff? Yes,
can we have a conversation?
Yeah, can we have a conversation? Can you pick up the phone rather than literally going to keyboard warrior mode?
Yeah.
There's a slight issue, that kind of stuff. And yeah, the particular client that you're on about was like that. They caused a lot of headaches. They would only deal with me in the business, which isn't great because I'm trying to obviously do things for other clients and all the rest of it. And it was just a really big headache and a really big stressor that I'd carried for a few years.
For 2 years, did you say?
Not a few years. So
it
was literally 5 years. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And actually, when we think about it, the headache, the ball ache, the pain in the ass that came with it, we weren't making enough money from that client.
No.
Although it was a chunk.
Yeah.
Big turnover, but if you actually effort versus what you actually got out of it, weren't fucking worth it.
No. No, it's right, because like when we were doing things, it was like sort of 80%, 90% of my time was firefighting
for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason, and mollycoddling the particular client. And like I say, it was the summer. We were just moving out of the old offices to come to these offices, and I'd sent an email and I'd said to Neil, if I get the kind of response that I was expecting back, then do you know what? Fuck it, I'm done. And lo and behold, I got the response. So at that point, me and Neil, we then had the chat and said, right, I know I said it, but am I going to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I was there, and I kind of convinced Neil, I think, more. And I was like, no, mate, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know what? Yeah, I can see it. So do it. So yeah, we ended the relationship with them. Just said, look, thanks for all the work. But I don't think we're a good fit anymore. And that was the thing. I don't think we were a good fit anymore. We weren't. They were looking for different things than we wanted to provide. So we just ended on good terms, and we went separate ways. But like Neil said, for me personally, not having that, I'd say gorilla on my shoulder for the last few months has been kind of life-changing. I feel less stressed. I've been able to focus more on the important things, not worry about just general shit that's going on in the world with that particular client. So It's
freed
been
you
good.
up. Freed you up. Freed, not just like physically day to day, but just freed your mind into better things. So.
Yeah. Which I guess means that you can then focus on the other clients that you enjoy working with and all that sort of stuff as well, and bringing the right people. I mean, how? Because if that sounds like that was a huge game changer in terms of sort of like mental freedom and control. Like how quick did you notice the impact? I guess not just from you guys, but on the how the members of the team that were possibly dealing with those people as well. Was it sort of like almost immediately? Was it a week, or how fast once that client had gone? You were like,
I would say.
Right off everyone's shoulders, really.
Yeah, it was. I'd say probably about a week.
Okay.
For myself, because it kind of didn't really sink in. But I didn't have to put up with and deal with that anymore. And kind of speaking to the staff and the site guys, they were all, like Neil said, they were pleased they didn't have to deal with this particular client. And it was good, and it was quite quickly, to be honest, for everyone. And everyone was a bit like, I'm relaxed. Because it was that they kind of
eggshells.
You
had to walk on eggshells.
Did, and it was just brilliant, and it made it better, not just for me, but it was for everyone at the business. So it was good.
That's amazing. I mean, we like I said, we talk about it a lot here, but it takes some brass balls to be like, right, fuck it, big wedge of money coming in, I'm getting rid of it, and it's not until you see that payoff that you're just like, oh man, it's amazing. So that's awesome. You guys have done that.
Just to give you an idea as well. Sorry, like the money involved with that client, we were talking sort of 300-400 grand.
Oh fucking hell!
And that's why it took us that long to get to that decision. And why it was a big decision. But like Neil said, we've not got that coming in from them, but we've not seen the difference. We've got it elsewhere.
Filled the void.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks,
well, like you said, I think it's funny how once that distraction's gone, like you said, you can focus on existing customers, getting them giving you more. You've got more time and energy to bring new people in. And I think you stood on the edge of that cliff, aren't you? Sometimes you're like, fuck, can I do this? Can't I do it? It's a big chunk of money, but the reality is, while they're still giving you the money, you're still tired and can't push it forward because they're soaking up so much time and energy. It's sort of you have to cut them free and burn the fucking bridge in order to take it to the next step.
Definitely on the 80-20 rule on that. 80% of Ian's time was spent on them.
Yeah.
And now when that's freed up, he can spread the love a little bit more.
So in terms of you guys, I mean, I think you've been in the fellowship with us now probably almost 12 months, and like you outlined at the start, we talk. And the whole thing is it's sort of like one-man empire, and people sometimes sit there and think this is just about people that have got like one-man bands. Clearly, with you guys, like 30 employees, the two of you guys in the direct. Talk us through what it was about the whole one-man empire mindset, mentality, fellowship that got you guys interested in this sort of process in the start, or sort of like the problem you were having. They're like, fuck, this is why we need to do this or be part of this sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, it was me that started the ball rolling.
I think we've always been looking for the next from a sales, marketing, getting us out there way. We're always looking for that next advancement, and I think we've been through a process of starting what we knew on our own. Looking for external help here and there, and we have just building on that success. We've always been looking for that next leap.
Yes.
In advancement on, we don't know it in house. We need to take the next step.
And that's it. We're asbestos consultants at the end of the day. That's what we do. That's what we know inside out. We're not marketing guys. We're not really sales guys. We're just asbestos consultants.
Yeah.
And like Neil said, we've always looked for external help where we know that we've been weak and we need help with. And we've worked with a few external consultants.
I bet they wore white shirts as well, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And we had like maybe a little wins.
We've always had. I think we've always kind of had return on investment, but never been like, wow, this is the one and blown up, and we've always been on that lookout.
Yeah, and also like the growth that we've had as a company, going from $250,000 the first year to 1.5 this year.
Yeah.
In 5 years, has been pretty rapid.
Yeah.
So people that we've engaged with along the way, we've outgrown them.
Yeah.
That's true. Because as a business, they've come in at a certain point and they've helped us to just push a little bit more.
Yeah.
By the point we get there, which has been pretty bloody quick, they're kind of like, oh, actually, I normally
I'm
only deal.
I'm all out.
Yeah, I'm all out. And like the thing with yourself, Charlie, the video, like you say, it was One Man Empire.
Yeah.
Thing. I saw it on Facebook. Again, it was at the time we were looking for help and assistance with all that, and I just like what you said. It was nice for you to be a real person.
Yeah.
Like you say, not. I know I'm sitting here in a white shirt today. You know what I'm like when I'm not in a white shirt. But like, yeah, to just speak to somebody who's normal, who doesn't give it all sales jargon and bullshit, and just have a nice conversation, tell it how it is, and that's what really resonated with me in your first video. And the other thing that you spoke about in the video that really resonated was our values aligned with yours in the fact of automation and streamlining and that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah.
So that's what really kind of turned us onto you. And then we spoke a little while beforehand over Messenger and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to you then, like, I know it's One Man Empire, but I still think you could help us. We're not a one-man person. We're like 20, 30 staff, what we were at the time. Can we still do something? And then we obviously chatted, we had a video call, and then it all went from there. So.
And in terms of that, like that automation side of things, you guys talk us through that, because you had a little bit of in place before, but talk us through sort of like, since you've been as part of this whole process, like the mentality in terms of like, fuck it, what can we streamline, what can we automate, what sort of impact has that had over sort of like the last 12 months, last 24 months, and all that sort of stuff?
I think it's helped us to scale, definitely. Like resource wise, if we look back on that year, doing the sales and marketing process, we haven't increased our staff in that area.
Yeah.
However, we have increased our actual sales and turnover. So definitely think it's helped us to increase with the automation without the additional overhead of the staff. Definitely.
Yeah.
And streamlining as well, and making it more, because before we had a sales process and we had a kind of a marketing process a little bit. It's formalized that and it's made it structured, so we're kind of, I would say, still only on the start of this journey, but I've got the confidence now we've got those foundations in place that we can go now ramp it up. Definitely.
It's focused us. And like Neil said, we've been able to, we're doing a lot more with the same. And it's probably taken us a little bit longer, and this is the only thing like it is a bit more difficult because we're a larger business. And because of the realm that we're in, we have to tickle the boxes that we need to for compliance and all that. It takes us a lot longer to get certain things in place. So really only in the last couple of months we've started some of those elements. So I think it's going to scale up even more. But if we were smaller, I think it would have made an even bigger impact.
Definitely, 100%.
What's really interesting, guys, you say there in terms of like it's given you more focus, and the fact that you've got this business so far in such a short period of time. Like most people on the outside would think, fucking hell, like these guys are focused. They wouldn't need that sort of thing. What sort of extra focus is it? Is it like being held to a higher standard? Is it having that accountability? What do you find is what do you think's that trigger there that's gone like, man, I feel like we know where we should be driving it? What sort of impacted that, I suppose?
Well, from the One Man Empire side.
Yeah, and I guess other bits and pieces as well, because like I said, for you to get where you've got to, you've got to have that focused like mentality. And then I think it was you, Neil, that said, actually, I feel like we've got more focus now. So what's added that more focus in as part of what you guys are doing on a day to day?
I think it's the overall mentality behind the sort of systems that you've put in place, and you're sort of educating us towards. To be honest, Charlie, it's like the automations. Why you employ somebody when you can get a machine to do it and it's working, and you do it once, you work once, and you're working off the back of that sort of thing. That's what we like. That has we kind of had that in the back of our heads before, but this has really driven that of what can we do to automate to make it consistent so everyone gets the same experience. Because again, that was kind of before the old mentality was, okay, the special clients get special treatment, whereas the ones that are not so special maybe don't get the equivalent experience, and it's bringing that all together so everyone that comes over the door gets the same experience. That's really sort of driven our focus a bit.
And it's also focused where we want the business to be going.
Okay.
The clients that we want to be working with as well. Because yes, we do, and we still do stuff now from domestics up to blue chip. However, it's focused our efforts more on the larger corporate clients.
Okay.
The more multi-property type of clients.
Yeah.
They're the ones that we like working with best. So it's focused our efforts on that more.
Which is awesome, isn't it? Because it's often the forgotten thing sometimes that in terms of like birds of a feather flock together. So the more, let's call them like good customers you bring in, the more good customers that breeds in terms of like what you start attracting, doesn't it? With flip side being we're going after the wrong people or the wrong market, and it's funny how quickly you've got like a whole customer base built of the wrong people in the wrong market.
Yeah, definitely.
So in terms of what I'm kind of interested here, guys, because I know your mentality over the last 12 months or so that you've been as part of everything that we've got going on here. What I fucking love about you two is that where everyone else in certain markets would be like, oh, we can't do that, or we have to do what everyone else in the asbestos market is doing. You two are like, fuck it. If someone else is doing it, we ain't doing it. We're going to go left when everyone goes right. Talk us through the sort of impact that that's had in terms of being like, right, we are going to be completely opposite to everyone else. We're going to take possibly some of the ideas and strategies that the other guys in the group have got, which couldn't be less related to asbestos, and how that sort of changed, what some of the stuff that you guys have done and the impact that that's had and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think we've had quite a few good ideas, and we myself and him, when we think or hear a good idea, we tend to get behind it and think, fuck, we can do that.
Yeah.
And let's do it. And yeah, there's been some great inspiration from the group and yourself that sort of got us behind that, really, isn't it?
And it's like I said before, the mentality, like the thing that turned me on to it in the beginning was you're a normal person.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with our industry. Everybody's all very prim and proper and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but to be honest, that's not me. This is me just having a chat. And this is how I like dealing with clients. And this kind of, it gets built over time, but bollocks to it. Why do we have to build it over time? I'm still professional.
Yeah.
I still deliver everything for the client they want. And it's a nicer experience all round. I mean, a couple of things. Yeah, that's one of the things that we've done.
Nice. Talk us through that. What was the thought process there?
Well, so Neil and I, we wanted to do a book for a long time, but we didn't know what on or how to go about it.
Yeah.
And again, it was the orgasm effect. I kind of, again, when I read it and it all made sense and it just resonated with me.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, well, it looks in a format that I could write.
Yeah.
Because writing a book, as we all know, takes years, and you've got to be a professional and. But just from reading the book, it kind of it got it going in my head of the idea, and then obviously you helped us put it together, and we wanted something to give to clients. Again, within the world of asbestos, everything is all very technical, very regulation, legislation orientated, but nobody's ever really broken it down so that people can understand it. And that's what we did with the book. We broke it down into easy to read, simplified stuff that can really help clients.
Yeah.
But then off the back of that, if they do need assistance, well, they've got our mugs on the back. They know they need to speak.
Yeah.
They know who's done this book. So that was kind of the idea behind that.
And what sort of impact do you think that's had? So I'm guessing that other people in the asbestos industry and with some of the other things that you're doing are sat there thinking, who are these guys to think that they do that. And it takes a certain type of mentality sometimes to be like, fuck it, I don't care what other people think. They're not the right people. I'm focused on the customer, not my peer group in sort of like the industry. So what do you think the impact has been, first of all, I guess, for the other people that are in the asbestos market, like how they've looked at this, and then most importantly, the people that really matter, which is, I guess, the end customer and the people that are dealing with you?
I don't think we've got to a stage where we can 100% say that's attested, because we've not been trialled or anything yet, have we? So
I think it's still under the radar for our industry. Yeah. It hasn't gone global.
Yeah, but it will do, and that's obviously the aim of what we're going to be doing next. Off the back of the book, basically getting in everyone's faces, social media videos and all that. So that will have an impact, and I suppose that's when we'll know the test of time, really. But yeah, bring it on, because going back to what you said earlier, Charlie, we've got to do something. Everyone's the same in the asbestos industry.
Yeah.
Everyone does surveys. Everyone does air testing. There's nothing to sort of set anyone about. You've either got accredited or you're not accredited. So, we sort of took the decision, we've got to do something different. We've got to stand out from everyone else.
Yeah.
And this is kind of, the book was the foundations of that. And then the stuff that's coming is probably going to be building on top of that, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. And like I say, it's under the radar at the moment, but I know how our industry works, and it's the same as any industry.
Yeah.
If the second that you stick your head above the parapet,
people take shots.
People take pot shots. And they go, oh, you can't do that. It hasn't been done before. Yeah. Fucking people used to drag stuff around without wheels, and then the wheel got invented. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure the cavemen were going, well, he's a dickhead, look.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, no, there can be a different way. There should be. Like Neil said, everyone's the same. We're not the same as everyone else. And I think we were, I don't know, by doing being part of the one man empire, it's kind of given us the confidence to
not conform.
Not conform, to run with it, to change, to disrupt stuff and crack on. In our own way, the way that we wanted.
Yeah. And it's sometimes just I think it's having the balls to do it, and then having that network around you where you're going, fucking hell, like there's other people that are willing to take a stand in their markets, their industries as well, isn't it? And giving you the confidence to be like, right, cool, if we got this other group of renegades that are like, fuck it, I can do what I like, I can set the rules, I can get rid of the dickheads and all that sort of stuff. It can inspire, can't it, to be like, right, cool, let's go for this, man. We're going to make it happen, and who gives a fuck what anyone else thinks.
Yeah, and feed off it as well. Yeah. So, definitely.
And just to name like a few of the industries that are in the group: psychologists, accountants, drone pilots. What the fuck?
More random.
Yeah, more random. And again, other industries: accountants, psychologists. They're doing stuff in completely different industries, but they're very straight, strict industries. And they're also going, no, bollocks to this. We can be normal people. We can crack on. We can do things differently. And it's, again, that gave us the confidence to go about what we do in a different manner than everyone else.
So with that being said then, guys, I mean, with you when you first came into this whole process, I mean, what's been the biggest thing that you've got out of it that you perhaps didn't think that you were going to get out of it? Do you know what I mean? What's been like the biggest thing is like, cool, we've done some awesome stuff, but I didn't think we would experience this that's helped pushed you forward or made a big difference.
Wow, I don't know.
There's a lot. Question. Yeah, I wouldn't say didn't think, but the key thing that I prefer over probably previous sort of coaching, or if you want to put that badge on it, or training, etc., was having somebody to go, right, we've got this idea.
Yeah.
Saying, I think you should do this. Okay, how do we do it then?
Yeah.
Get that help.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. It's like a lot of people say, yeah, you need to do this. Like business coaches and marketing coaches will say, I think you should be doing this.
Have a book. Yes. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we know that, dickhead.
Yeah.
How do we get a book together?
Yeah. It's having that expertise to go, okay, well, let me talk you through it.
Yeah.
And let's do it together and stuff like that. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, 100%. That probably is the biggest thing. The assistance, not just the ideas and the pointing going, go on, you should be doing this. It's like, you should be doing this, but I'm going to show you these are the tools or these are the systems that I've done.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the walkthrough videos that you do, like fantastic. If we can pick up and follow those bits, well, bloody hell, anyone can. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's probably the best bit. Yeah.
So in terms of you guys, then not even just the last 12 months, like the last 5 years since you guys have sort of like taken this thing and just been growing, scaling. And I know the future for you guys is looking fucking awesome where it's all going. If there's people watching this right now and that are in a place where they feel like they've possibly hit a ceiling, or that what would be like the biggest advice that you could give someone to be like, right, actually this is how you start breaking through plateaus, this is how you can start taking back control and all that sort of stuff. What would be your one thing that you'd recommend to those people?
Good question.
That is a good question.
If you've hit the ceiling, you need to get, I think it comes down to ideas, I think, because again, one of the reasons why we joined the One Man Empire is because we'd hit our ceiling of what are we doing next? Don't know. We've got to that point where, okay, we've done that, we've done this. What's next?
Yeah.
And I think it all comes down to ideas. As soon as you start talking through ideas or getting a little bit of inspiration from somebody else or a bit of guidance, it then opens up so much more.
The ceiling's not the ceiling. Where you are a year ago, like before we did this, we didn't have a book. We didn't have automations working in the background. We didn't have a podcast. We didn't have video content going out. We didn't have all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And although we had the inclination of that's something we would like to do, but we like to do it,
we'd hit our ceiling.
Yeah, we'd hit our ceiling. And that was the thing, because it was like, well, I don't know how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Here we are, like 12 months later, and we've got a lot of those things in place. Some of the things we're just starting, and we're growing and we're growing. So yeah, our ceiling has moved, and it's it's all, I don't know. There's a saying, and it's like about like the people that you mix with. You're the sum of all your friends or whatever. Yeah. And that's a big testament. Because if all you're doing is knocking about with people that don't have inspiration, don't push you and test you, question you, then you're never going to grow. And that's why you stay at the ceiling. Whereas we do it ourselves, but we didn't know where to turn. We turned to the One Man Empire, and that's helped us move the ceiling. There is a ceiling, it's up there. We've not hit that one again yet, so happy days, we're all good.
That's fucking awesome. I think, as you say, sometimes you can. Well, I think, what's the phrase? You're the average of the 6 people you spend your most time with, aren't you? Which means your perception of where that ceiling is basically the average of their perception. Which, like you said, and you can sort of get that self-limiting belief, can't you? In terms of being like, actually, this is where I'm at, and you don't necessarily hold yourself to the highest standard that perhaps other people would hold themselves to, or they will hold you to ultimately, because you can sort of like let yourselves off the hook and be like, well, that was kind of cool and it was good, but it's just you two talking. You see what other people are doing, you're like, fuck, man, I thought we could only go to here, and like, actually we can get up here. It's awesome, and it's awesome to see how you guys have just embraced that, done it, taken it with a business that was fucking rocking and rolling to start with, which is really, really cool, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I'd add as well there's been kind of fantastic about it, because we've always had like the ideas and we wanted to progress and those kind of things, but we've never, like the other coaches and things like that we've dealt with, have never worked at our pace.
Okay.
When we want to crack on, seriously, get the fuck out of the way, because we're just so pig-headed, stubborn, persistent. I don't know what you want to call it, but if we've got an idea, I want it. I'm not happy until it's done. And the things that, again, that you've helped us with, it's like we've pinged you a question, you've come back to us, we've asked you for assistance, we get a video back. And I mean, right at the beginning when we were doing the automations and stuff, it was like we said to ourselves, we were like, right, we want to be the guys that piss Charlie off. Because we're literally like, yeah, we've done that. Yeah, we've done that. Yeah, we've done that. Next. So, and you've worked at that pace, so it's been fantastic.
Well, that's awesome. And like we said at the start, it's why having you guys and why having like we say, this whole dickheads thing, we make sure that anyone that gets, in fact, just even gets through the fucking door to start with as part of this thing, they've got that mentality there. And it's funny how when you take that mentality that you've got it, and you then have other people that have got that, that whole competitive nature starts coming in, that drive and all that sort of stuff. It's like it's a self-fueling fucking ambition, which when you've got that sort of mindset like you guys have got, again, it allows you to take that ceiling and push it up, which is, it's awesome. And what makes awesome, like I said at the start, brilliant members and part of everything we've got going on here. So what I'm going to do, guys, I know you're super busy. I think you mentioned earlier that you've got another podcast to film. Is that right? Because the audio fucked up on the last one.
Yeah. Camera settings, gotta love them. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to say a huge thank you for having you both on there. Like I said, awesome to have you part of the One Man Empire movement. Even better to have you here inside of the fellowship with me, which is brilliant. And I know everyone that's watching this is going to be really, really, really excited to see what you've done, what's going on, and all the advice that you share is fucking brilliant. So thank you, guys. And I will look forward to catching up with you both very, very soon.
Nice one. Cheers, Charlie.
Cheers, Charlie.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.